All right, final segment, and now it's time for our E3 wish list, games-wise, basically. Because we've talked about the consoles. We're going to see more Cuphead, most definitely. Not excited about it. I've seen enough to know that I'm going to play it. And I want it out.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of sick of seeing it at E3.
Yeah.
There's lots of games that we've been seeing over and over at E3, and I'm like, when's it fucking out?
Yeah.
But one thing I keep on hearing people say, because a map was leaked of Red Dead Redemption 2, and it seems pretty legit, that it's, and we all knew it was coming eventually, I wish that had never been leaked, because I think that the best thing ever would have been just a trailer comes out and I call the guys and say, don't look at the internet, get the fuck over here right now, and show it to them.
Yeah.
But now everybody knows it's coming. We knew it would come. It was one of the most successful games on that console.
I've even seen, like, speak of
it,
and I try to stay away
There's
from
been murmurings.
Yeah.
And it seems pretty legit. It just looks like a pretty substantial rumor. Sorry that you didn't know, but it's been all over.
Actually, if you don't want to know rumors, I guess maybe you don't watch this part, because we're talking about them.
You've watched pretty far into our rumor segment to not want rumors. But Red Dead Redemption, the likelihood of it being shown at E3 is insanely low.
Really?
When has Rockstar ever shown anything at an E3? They've never gone to an E3, I don't think, unless maybe in their very early history they did. But not with any of their modern games have they gone to E3, announced anything at E3.
If you watch with the sound off, how do you know what I just said? Rockstar is said to be going. I want to see Uncharted 4 single-player DLC. Wow, already? I want to see Bully 2. They were also talking about possibly Brutal Legend
Rockstar
2.
Games' parent company will be at E3 in a big way. And that's Take-Two Interactive. And they do go, and they never talk about anything from Rockstar. If they do this year, that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
If they announced... Are they having their own conference, though? Here, I'm just looking that up.
Take-Two is also 2K. I did hear they renewed their trademark for Agent, a PS3 exclusive from years ago that never appeared.
Oh, really?
Huh.
So they're not even having a conference? And they're gonna be there in a big way?
Take-Two is Rockstar and 2K. Okay. BioShock HD collection. Maybe Bethesda's will talk about a new Elder Scrolls. Shadow of Mordor.
I'm just
2.
still on Rockstar right now. I just want to finish that up in a package.
Okay. Then I can't read the chat.
Okay, don't read the chat for a bit.
Okay.
We'll get back to you for more suggestions in a second, guys. But yeah, the likelihood is very low. I don't think that I would love it if they did, but at the fact that they don't have a conference, I don't want to.
Who's saying that they're going to be there in a big way?
Apparently, it's quoted by a bunch of articles, so they said it.
Oh, okay.
At some point. But I don't want Red Dead 2 to be announced with a simple trailer drop on YouTube. If it's going to be at E3, put it on a stage.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it in the PlayStation conference, or hell, on the Xbox stage if one of the two wants to get one of the biggest announcements of all time for gaming. But that would be huge. If it's there, that's great. We can hope, but... And what's that?
Bully 2.
Bully 2. Oh my god, that would be fucking incredible.
I've been asking for that for like 3 years.
Becky loved watching. It was one of the first games that she loved watching me play.
He played it off
show. It was before this show pretty much started.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So, anyways, what were one of the things I saw that jumped out at me was Shadow of Mordor 2 would be incredible.
Yeah.
Hasn't been any. I don't think there's been many murmurings of it, and I would love to see Shadow of Mordor. That was one of my favorite games in the last recent memory. Totally. I had so much fun playing it. Had like utter delight throughout, from like beginning to end. Just enjoyed myself so thoroughly. One of my favorite games of last year.
CD Projekt Red might announce Gwent, a Gwent game.
That'd be great on an iPad. But yeah, Shadow of Mordor, and who's that by? Shadow of Mordor is. No, it's the same
Monolith
as
and WB?
WB. Yeah, WB Games.
Okay.
They did it they do such a great job. Even though I didn't love Mad Max. Witcher stuff, I don't expect to see Witcher stuff. Well, if we want to talk about CD Projekt Red now, will they do, first of all, they don't really go to E3, do they? Or do they? They do like little stage shows. They don't do conference. They don't do like an actual full-blown stream or conference. I don't remember whether they actually were on the floor. But if they were there and decided not to defer to Gamescom, which they typically like more.
Okay.
Gamescom.
When is that? August?
August? Maybe? I forget. But I would expect, if they announced anything, it would be nice to see an update on Cyberpunk. That Cyberpunk game. But anyways, let's go through the companies one at a time instead of like, I don't want to get
it's
so overwhelmed.
Hard.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to go by company. I just want to name like all the shit.
Yeah, but how do we do like get this covered?
I don't know.
Let's talk about Sony then. What they might. I just saw Detroit. That was the next thing I saw.
Yeah.
Detroit was an exclusive that they teased last E3.
Yeah.
And I would like to see a gameplay update, something new from that, which started as David Cage's little short animation that he cheekily said wasn't supposed to ever be a game, but it ended up being a game. Will Sony get the Final Fantasy footage? Maybe. Last Guardian gameplay. We've already seen plenty of gameplay.
That's another one of
maybe
those
they'll show
games.
Some more.
Fraser and I were talking about this last night. That we don't care anymore. We just want the game.
Yeah, but that one's a special case because Last Guardian.
Yeah.
It was delayed so much. It had such a beleaguered history. God of War would be. Oh, that would just be a spine-tingling little debut. If a next-gen God of War.
Yeah. I want you to dress up like Zeus again. That was one of my favorite costumes for you.
So that was on the PlayStation 3?
I think so, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, totally it was.
Wow. A new Last of Us from Sony? That could be interesting. Would they do that this early? I feel like they're going to wait for Last of Us.
I feel almost like they should wait.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that you don't pump out even as fast as Uncharted.
Yeah.
Maybe a tease. I could see a title tease for like a new Last of Us. Like the franchise will continue, and here's like a teaser, but extremely tease, like very little. If they were to show anything.
Yeah, teaser at least.
Yeah, tiny, not at all, and just something to make an audience go nuts, and then move on to the next montage.
How about the game they were working on from that Kara tech demo?
That's Detroit.
Okay, yeah.
And yes, I think that we'll see gameplay for that. I really hope we do. But
Crash Bandicoot already came out.
Will we see anything from for Little Big Planet?
Ah.
What was your joke? Crash Bandicoot in the form of Uncharted 4?
Yeah. Bloodborne 2?
No thanks. But speaking of that type of game, what the fuck ever happened to Deep Down?
Yeah.
The game, I was so excited for Deep Down. It was when I was first really getting into Dark Souls, and Bloodborne, Deep Down just looked like this more beautiful Dark Souls, like incredibly beautiful Dark Souls. And it seems to have just disappeared.
Oh, the Little Big Planet developers are the ones that are making Dreams.
Oh yeah, so maybe an update on that and whether it's coming soon or not. We've already kind of written the epitaph for Dragon's Dogma. They did Dragon's Dogma Online. It's dead. It's never coming back, I don't think. Especially since they're working on Deep Down, which basically looks like Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah. But apparently it's.
But now both sound like they're dead. This is Capcom we're talking about, and whether they'll have any kind of they're not doing anything, are they? They might appear on somebody's stage. You might have Japanese I call them I keep calling. Who's the guy? Lion King song writer. Elton John. Japanese Elton John might come out.
Of course.
In a Blanca outfit or something like that. But like on somebody else's stage, I don't think that you'll see much from Capcom besides that. Though a new Dead Rising would be pretty neat, but I don't see it happening. I feel like Capcom's kind of on the download right now. I don't feel. Is anybody expecting anything from Capcom? The new Frank West game, Zombies in a Mall. 2.
Resident Evil 7
rumored.
Was rumored. Dead Rising 4 was leaked.
Oh, really?
It's happening. It was leaked. I'm done with Dead Rising.
I could enjoy it. I really had fun with the other one.
It's fun for a romp.
It's fun for a person to know how to play it really well while other people watch them play it.
Yeah, that is fun.
New Mega Man game. All right, so what about Xbox? They don't really, well, they do have some exclusives. ReCore, we expect to see gameplay for that. That was announced last year at E3, and we only saw like a CG trailer. So this year we should see something of substance for it, right? Crackdown is just so not interesting to me, but yeah, maybe. Scalebound. Crackdown, it's like this. It's hard to explain Crackdown. It has a very niche. It's got a cult following, I think. That might be accurate to say.
Okay.
People who like it seem to like it a lot, but it just, to me, doesn't have any like mainstay capability. I tried the last one and I wasn't big on it. Scalebound was that one where the guy was fighting dragons and had headphones on, listening to like modern music, and looked very interesting. Something very fresh from Microsoft. Probably as fresh as you could get ever since they released Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
I don't know what that other one somebody mentioned, Phantom Dust? I don't know what that is.
Wasn't it canceled? Someone else says?
I don't remember it.
Huh, Scalebound is Platinum Games.
And Gears of War I thought was supposed to be out by now. That super dark Gears of War that was shown at last E3. I thought that was supposed to come out by... Maybe I was wrong. Has it been pushed, or was I just wrong altogether when it was supposed to be released? We saw a little bit of gameplay for that last year.
Oh, yeah!
And the Sea of Thieves pirate game coming from Rare.
I remember that looked very interesting.
And that turns out to be a super stylized MMO pirate game. Who knows what that will actually be like, because they have yet to show like very much gameplay at all. Like, if you can even call it gameplay from what I saw.
Dishonored 2?
Oh, okay, so I guess we're moving on to, that's, well, that's 2K, right? But who develops Dishonored? Who makes Dishonored? But let's finish with Xbox, because will we see anything Kinect? And will we see anything? They already said they might have HoloLens stuff. I think Kinect is dead, completely forever.
Yeah.
And I think that HoloLens will be shown on stage, though. We didn't even see Kinect last year, so it's dead as hell.
Kinect is quite dead.
D4? Could we see that on their stage? A sequel? Not really, because the only reason D4 exists now is on its own, right? The best thing that Microsoft ever did was seemingly loosen the reins on D4. We thought it would be tied up in Microsoft forever, which meant they didn't want to make it anymore, and that they were going to do to it what they did to so many other franchises and just be like, we own it and we're not making another one. But it seems like they, from what we've seen from the Sweary's actions at certain conferences, is he can make it now, and they let off.
It came to PC.
Yeah, the fact that it came to PC means something. So we won't see it.
And it's on Steam now.
We won't see it on on Microsoft stage, but maybe we'll see them at like maybe they'll release a trailer and be on the floor.
That would be amazing.
New Alan Wake. Now that's interesting. Yeah, that Remedy.
They're finished with.
Yeah, they could tease.
Whatchamacallit.
But you'd only see a tease.
Yeah.
Because they just got done development. So if they showed anything, it would be like, I'm going to picture like concept art, slow animation with a narration over top, but nothing else, and maybe like the title. If they showed anything for that. Anything else that Xbox owns that they would get for sure? I think that's it. All right, then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Halo. Maybe a new Halo or.
There was a story today. Remedy working on 2 games.
And
neither Alan Wake related.
New IPs would be neat from Microsoft, and they've been getting better at that. Yeah. They've actually been being quite surprising at their new IP releases. So anyways, the next I saw, let's move on to Bethesda maybe, because Bethesda made, why can't I not get who made Dishonored? Was that Bethesda?
They said it was Bethesda.
Yeah. So
they said it.
Dishonored 2 should have we even seen gameplay yet? I think it was last year we only saw a CG trailer, and then they were at PAX Prime with a CG trailer, or basically just a statue to look at.
Wolfenstein?
From Bethesda, let's hope that if they do make that, it's as good as Doom. But I could see them announcing something Wolfenstein related.
Evil Within 2, we'll see more about that probably, right? Because didn't we already get a trailer for it?
Did we? Oh, we may have. Did we? I can't remember.
Did I make that up?
So with Bethesda, there's not much else to say besides we won't see any new Fallout, we won't see any new Doom, and we may see gameplay from Dishonored, and we may see the other thing, Evil Within. That's Bethesda? Evil Within's...
I don't know, man.
Yeah, let's get this company base, because you're really confusing me. Is it Bethesda?
I'm horrible with knowing companies. I have to
I know a lot of people want us to go back and finish Evil Within.
Yeah.
It was published by Bethesda, huh? So, okay.
I heard something about a new Quake game.
Thanks for bringing that up. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. A new Quake game would... do you think they would... See, Quake was never known for its like story anyways, though. Its flavor was never really that great. And like from my opinion, like I love Doom, but I thought that Quake was just there because it was one of the best multiplayer online experiences you could have during the days of dial-up in terms of first-person shooters, and I loved it. But I don't think anybody played it for the story or any of the flavor. Maybe Heretic will come back. Heretic would be incredible. Yeah, it had a campaign, surprisingly. I've never played Prey 1, so I don't know what Prey 2 is, really.
But it's rumored to be back?
So, one thing, wouldn't it be neat to see something new for BioShock? But who owns it? Like, what?
That'd be awesome.
Because the studio is no more now, right? Like, everybody from there has moved on, including the Levine. They're not, so if it comes along, it'll be...
It's 2K? 2K.
It'll be 2K getting a new studio to produce it. Ken Levine moved on and made his own studio with a lot of the old people.
Okay.
So really, it's like that was his swan song, was BioShock Infinite. We will see another BioShock, guaranteed. There's no way like that IP gets abandoned. It's got too much power.
Oh my god,
sales power.
Yeah.
It will come back. It's just it'll be a new studio. And new creatives for the most part behind it. But will we see something? Like, I feel like it's been long enough.
I feel like it's been long enough too.
Is it not time for a teaser, at least, of a new title being worked on, or?
Because when did the last BioShock come out, and when did Last of Us come out? Because I feel like
at the same time.
We're totally ready for a new BioShock, but I feel like it's too soon for a new Last of Us.
It's just feeling like it doesn't feel like Last of Us is a thing that you pump out.
Yeah, I guess so. Infinite 2013 for both. Yeah, I don't know why it feels like that to me. Maybe because Last of Us had the DLC.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're needing more anytime soon.
Yeah.
From the same universe, though, it could be. I don't know. Anything, basically, that tells a story as well as they did, I am happy for. So. But, Anyways, so 2K says they're there in a big way, and yet they don't have a stage show unless one of you guys can correct me. I googled it, didn't see it.
Oh.
And they never have, from what I remember, have any kind of conference. But they do show up to E3, they just have stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
So if they do announce something, it'll be like as a YouTube drop and then gameplay on the show floor that you hear about third party from a journalist.
Right.
But a BioShock, what else does 2K own if we're going to be on 2K right now that we would have forgotten about? They represent Rockstar, so everybody's hoping that they'll show something from Rockstar at E3.
Mafia. Oh yeah.
Civilization,
Mafia 3.
XCOM, they'll be showing Mafia. So weird that they represent Rockstar and Mafia.
Yeah. Borderlands.
But I guess they do. That's kind of more like a Gearbox thing, but yeah. I guess I'd compartmentalize that on 2K.
Is 2K Battlefield?
Are they? Oh yeah, Battlefield's
Battlefield
big
1.
Battlefield 1 trailer that we loved was really neat.
Yeah.
That could be neat. To see more, like some gameplay from that. I hope it doesn't just look like all the other Battlefield games.
Battlefield is EA?
Oh, okay, thanks. Battleborn 2. .2K's probably is the biggest company that doesn't have a stage show. It's weird.
Yeah.
So EA, we've heard, is only doing off-site. Which is weird. That's a first. But I'm sure, but they are having a conference in tandem and near everything E3, but not on the show, not on the E3 floor. I wonder why they're doing that.
Calling it EA Play. I'm expecting a new Star Wars game for EA.
Let's not call it their own conference. Come on. They're going to E3. They're just being difficult about it and having it off-site. They're having an off-site show. Let's not call it their own conference. If it was their own conference, it would be like the PlayStation Experience, held at its own time, somewhere at its own convention center, like not just piggybacking E3.
Well, it's really hard to define
They're piggybacking
it.
E3. It's not its own conference. They don't get to call it that. It's so silly that they can just be like, we're taking our ball and going over here. It's like, okay, well, people fall asleep during your thing, so go ahead. Nobody cares. But it will be sports. It'll be the down part of the day. Maybe we'll play Overwatch while it's on.
Oh! Evolve. Titanfall. Yeah, that's the thing.
I have, besides Mass Effect, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to for EA. Is I would love to. A new Mass Effect would be amazing.
Well, they're gonna have something, right? Because
remember last year when they just played the music?
Yeah.
I got tingles. Like,
they'll have to have something.
I felt like I was just taking the piss the whole time we played that game, making fun of it and trying to make it funny and stupid.
Yeah.
But I totally am invested in that fucking universe.
Yep.
Like, I loved it. The return of Space Duck would be amazing. A reincarnation in another galaxy.
There's a big Sims update, I think.
Or same galaxy. Is it? No, it's another galaxy.
Walking Dead Season 3 announced.
Star Wars is dead. The Star Wars 1313 is dead.
Yeah.
Completely. Alright, so we did EA. Nothing really we're looking forward to except for... But maybe they'll surprise us with something new. I think last year they showed us Unravel. They might have something little and tiny that's kind of cute or whatever.
Yeah.
We talked about Bethesda. Oh, Bethesda! How did we talk about Bethesda and nobody said a new Elder Scrolls game?
Oh, they were
Could
saying
that
it like
happen?
crazy.
Oh,
and
I didn't
said
see
it. Too.
My eyes just didn't see it. And I didn't hear you, sorry.
That's okay.
A new Elder Scrolls. But the thing is, last time, they didn't even announce it at E3 last time. It was just a trailer out of nowhere in the middle of, and it rocked the internet. It was one of the first early things that I remember being one of those things that rocked the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it just became the internet for like an entire, you couldn't avoid it for an entire week. Like, it was everywhere.
Yeah, we haven't finished like any games that we've played. We remember what games we haven't finished. Oh no!
I don't remember what you had. One job.
I was busy being a jerk, and that's what I get.
All right, and then Nintendo, the sad story of Nintendo.
We're gonna see Zelda stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
And Pokemon Sun and Moon.
We're gonna see Zelda, but we won't know what gaming system we'll be playing it
Yeah.
on, and whether we should even buy it. Like,
I know.
what system should we buy a system to play it on? For those people those like millions of people who haven't bought a Wii U, that 90% of the gaming population who hasn't bought a Wii U, should they buy one to play Zelda, or should they wait? The answer is wait.
Yeah.
It's really kind of sad. But
Yeah, or if you should sell your system that you have.
yeah,
Mother 3 is rumored to be.
they won't show that at E3. They'll show that
They
as
aren't.
it's,
I don't think they're doing anything.
yeah,
Like,
they're basically, yeah,
It's Treehouse and
so
Zelda.
at the very least, our expectations are low. Maybe they'll do something that surprises, like they show some other thing debuted, like maybe a new. I don't think it'll show anything. Oh, like maybe what would they call their cats and dogs game on the DS? Maybe a new version of that on the Wii U.
Rusty's Baseball.
Rusty's Baseball.
That has a dog.
All right. So and then Microsoft.
Nintendogs? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
Nintendogs. What did we not cover then? There's one more company, is there not? Ubisoft. Ubisoft, we have not yet seen that game that they showed us from last year. The with all the different warriors
For
fighting.
Honor?
For Honor.
That's what it's
What has happened with that? Educate me. My laptop ran out of battery. What's up with For Honor? And is it has it been continuing development, or is it? Because that looked interesting.
I swear to
and it was a
God.
real surprise.
If we don't see another new Assassin's Creed, I might die.
They will.
If we don't see a new one,
there will be a new one.
good.
I'm sure we already know, based on job postings and patents or trademarks, that we know the next. Does anybody know the name of the next one? No, don't tell me. I want to actually be surprised.
Fractured butthole.
But if it's not in Canada, I'm fucking pissed. Because seriously, every fucking country has gotten.
Nothing happens in Canada.
There's literally been an Assassin's Creed for every country but Canada. Literally.
You heard it here, guys.
Uh,
No, they said no Assassin's Creed this year. Ah,
We'll see about that.
shut the fuck up.
Aisha Tyler.
Wow.
There's no way they get rid of her. She'll definitely be there.
Wow.
But Cracked Butthole would be fun to see some gameplay. Though we know what the gameplay will look
Yeah.
like. What are they really going to surprise us with?
That's another. It's one that I don't mind if I don't see anything because I know it's coming out. It's coming out on end of this year, right, guys? We know it's coming. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we might actually get a date for it or something like that, which would be nice.
The Crew 2?
Is there any other IP that from Ubisoft that matters? Maybe a new Rayman. Those games were awesome.
You called it Cracked Butthole.
Yeah, it's Cracked Butthole.
Fractured.
Oh. Fractured Butthole.
I like that.
Wow, they don't have a lot of properties outside of Assassin. I guess we'll
Rabbids?
see a whole bunch of Watch Dogs. Sorry about the dogs, everybody. This is the part of the day where they shit in our alley.
Yeah. Titled Light 2. Far Cry.
Huh, they really don't have much AAA stuff outside of Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs.
Assassin's Creed was leaked to be set in Egypt. That's not Canada. That's not Canada. Prince of Persia. Rayman.
New IP, let's hope for that.
Violent Hearts.
Next company.
Yeah. Just Dance 2017, I'm sure.
I think that's all the companies. So we've pretty much, that's all we, so really when it, like,
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
oh, that might actually, isn't that supposed to have, that was like, a trailer for that came out a long time ago. What happened to its development?
Yeah.
My hopes in general all over is just new, fresh things
Yeah.
to look forward to. New IPs, things that kind of like really shake gaming and saying like, you know, the next big thing that everybody's like can't wait for. And not just us as gamers, like everybody's talking about
Yeah.
type of thing. When was the last time that happened?
The Wii U. I meant Wii.
I feel like the last time, like a
Maybe.
gaming franchise I'm talking about may have been on. Did Uncharted only after release got everybody talking, even non-gamers?
Oh, No Man's Sky.
I've seen enough from that not to care. Like, I mean,
When is it
I'm
coming
interested
out?
in playing it, but I don't care to see anything new from it. I've seen enough. I'll play it when it comes out.
Yeah.
I've seriously seen enough demos. I've seen them talk enough. Let's just release it
Yeah.
in August. There you go.
August. Psychonauts.
Oh, you might see something like, you might see two,
Spore 2.
Schaefer always comes out on somebody's stage, usually
Yeah.
PlayStation's,
Yeah.
to talk about something new.
Oh, Brutal Legend 2.
Brutal Engine 2 could be interesting, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that's hard to nail down is the smaller companies that sometimes that show up on other stages.
Yeah.
Those could always come out
That's
with
why I
the-
have such a difficult time putting the games into these bubbles of
Yeah.
just like Sony and Microsoft.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to cover the big ones because it's easier once you get them out of the way.
Yeah.
But from Warner Brothers, yeah, definitely want to see a new Shadow of Mordor. Whether we'll see a new Batman released at this time, I don't
Telltale
know.
Batman, Telltale Batman.
The Telltale, does Telltale, whose stage do they ever appear on? Do they appear on PlayStations, I think, sometimes? We might see some gameplay from that. That could be really cool.
The Until Dawn VR game.
That looks so cool, actually, yeah. But it's just a Rails thing. But yeah, it totally looks cool.
We don't do the PC. We don't watch that part.
PC gaming doesn't really, like, there's no specific PC game anymore that much.
They have like a whole segment though. Remember last year we watched like
They had their own
5
thing, and it was
minutes we were like,
sponsored by.
"Meh."
It was run by like one of the hardware manufacturers, and it was basically just more from other stages. Like it was games that we'd already seen on other stages
Right.
brought to them for longer demos. It
Yeah.
wasn't any AMD did it, and it wasn't anything special. It was just really long-winded demos. It was the same. Yeah, it was so boring. It was the same as like. How like GameSpot has developers up on their stage and they talk about the game they already announced and they just
Yeah.
show it in depth, and that's what it was like for the AMD thing.
Summer lessons. For reasons.
So I guess that's gonna maybe be the big dialogue, though. Is I think the theme for PlayStation is definitely gonna be their VR, and thus you have to wonder how much will Xbox try to compete with HoloLens. Is it going to be like a butting of heads, like HoloLens, VR, or PlayStation VR? Like, is that going to be a thing, or are they just going to act as though the two things can't even be compared and shouldn't be compared?
Yeah, I wonder.
Will they share each other's, like, toe the line on that marketing, or will they actually say, this is the only experience for your face? Get it on your face.
Do you think we'll get the first announcement of a new character or map for Overwatch?
Blizzard
Or
woun't do
no.
that. They wouldn't go to E3. Has Blizzard? When was the last time Blizzard went to E3? Was getting on stage with Sony to announce that Diablo was going to be on PlayStation. No, and that wasn't even at E3. That was at the PlayStation Next conference in which they showed details on the PS4.
Oh,
They've never
what
been
is BlizzCon?
BlizzCon. Yeah, I don't even remember when. It's like it was earlier this year, right?
There's a bunch of leaked concept art for a Super Bag game.
No. From WB, maybe? Nobody wants to play that. Come on. Superman?
Okay, so if it happens at the same point this year, when was it last year? That doesn't
What
help
is.
me.
How did you think that was info for us?
Oh, at some point this year. Not at the same point. But still.
We don't know
It's
when
in
BlizzCon
November.
is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, November? I that's too far away.
No, the new characters will be released before then. All right. Unless you guys have any last words, I don't think there's anything else. I just want
There were a couple things that they were saying that I hadn't passed on. Ni no Kunai 2 is the one I was thinking of. That they're pumped about. Monday happens sometime this week. Oh, my one job.
I just want to, I want to see...
Ooh, new Portal game.
Don't even. That Valve doesn't know hype. They will not show. The last time they showed, it was when they said they were bringing Portal to PlayStation, and that was a big deal because it was like they don't play ball with consoles, and they started playing ball with consoles. That's why.
Yeah.
And the fact that Gabe was even there, that he left Seattle to fucking go to E3. We didn't even know he got on planes. And he still may not have. It may have been a teleporter. It may have been a portal that got him there. Because I think it was Gabe on the stage that got the reaction, not the fact that Portal was like being announced to be on PlayStation.
Portal 3. Yeah, sorry, continue.
Portal 3 will only show up when it shows up, and I think it will. I think, in fact, it'll come before Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
The next Portal game will be released as a trailer out of nowhere on their YouTube channel. It definitely won't be released ever on a stage. They just don't do hype at all. And I think it's kind of sad because look at what Gabe waddling out onto a stage got people to go fucking nuts.
Yeah, dude.
Can't they see that hype is their friend?
Yep.
So, they're definitely working on something.
Left 4 Dead 3 is the one that's furthest along in development, supposedly.
Maybe Valve will come out with something that competes with Overwatch.
Ooh, maybe.
Shots fired. All right. Yeah, I just want some stuff this conference. That's my big wish, is things that make me go, ooh, and ooh, and oh.
I hope that it like gives me feelings.
That it gives Becky any kind of feelings. Becky just wants feelings. I want specific ones like,
yeah.
Yeah. Or like,
I think I would like positive feelings though. I think. We'll see.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this pretty long-winded thingy, but this is, I think, maybe more fun than.
You doing it alone?
Yeah, it's more fun for me. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys did. It's either basically the existence of this show or not. It's one or the other. So you vote. Did you like it? Did you not? This is like, I tried not to be authoritarian like I knew things. Like I sometimes have to on showing trailers so that like, or whatever, just, it's not that I'm trying to be authoritarian on that show. It's like when I say something, it's not because I'm lying. It's because it's what I thought I heard.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Maybe I just say it with such a tone that people think I'm always being like this is the facts.
Being able to read what they say and say it to you and have a conversation about it. Because show and trailer's so like we really have to move that stuff along.
Yeah.
Because we have like hours
lots to get
of
through, and the guys have limited time. Whereas this, we can just sit and chat and discuss it and kind of maybe rant here and there, and also get the info together. Have hundreds of people researching at once instead of just me sitting there. And then I'm actually reacting to the info tidbits that come in.
Yeah.
Whether I'm angry at you for getting something wrong, or you are being snarky at us because we didn't know something obvious that we should have known.
I like that. I like chatting
don't like
with
that.
you. No.
I don't like
chatting with that.
it when they act like we're idiots because we didn't know X thing or something. All right, guys. See you next time, and we'll see you for E3. Tomorrow night there is a show, but it was going to be the pre-3, but it basically got replaced by this because I was going to watch this and then pick out the trailers that I thought the guys would go nuts over. I didn't see anything that was really worth showing them. I don't think it's worth doing until maybe a post-E3 show. The guys will join us for a post-E3 show, but throughout E3... On Tuesday. They'll be here tomorrow night I'm going to turn it into a 4-play Friday. On Thursday, Becky and I you can join us throughout E3 unless Twitch has changed the rules, co-streaming E3 throughout the conferences. I'm gonna contact my YouTube guy and see if we're allowed to co-stream on them too, because right now, a lot of people's preferred platform seems to be watching us on YouTube
Oh yeah,
instead of
totally
Twitch.
right.
YouTube seems to get the numbers higher than, like, how many people are on YouTube right now versus Twitch?
Better to have a relaxing foreplay Friday before E3 than running over
To
the
play some
trailer.
games, because I find that when we watch
Yeah.
E3, halfway through you're just like, I want to play some games.
Oh yeah.
All these look awesome. Let's play some games.
I'm on Turbo Stream. Yeah, it's easier to rewind. $4.94 on YouTube. Thank you, Kiwi.
Oh, it seems Twitch actually beat them today then. Who knows why people choose some days one or the other.
I personally use two.
But you can join us here. Becky and I are going to watch them live with our coffees and our sweaters. Actually, it's the summer, so no. We'll be just here with coffees and t-shirts throughout the conferences, starting on Sunday morning.
Just t-shirts.
Yeah, just t-shirts, no pants. Through Sunday morning and then Monday as well?
Yeah.
Anything Tuesday?
No.
Good. And how many are on Monday?
I believe
Because they're mostly on Sunday, right?
there's 3 on Sunday and 2
Oh.
on Monday.
Oh.
Is that I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Becky, you had the schedule.
I know, and it's been sitting on the table for weeks. Do you look at it?
What was last year's schedule? Was there anything on Sunday?
I thought it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday
Yeah,
last year.
I thought it was Monday and Tuesday.
2 on Sunday, 3 on Monday. 2 on Sunday, 3 on Monday.
But I want to know which times.
Oh,
Like how many?
look at our calendar. I also emailed.
Oh, here we go. They even got this.
Oh, Bethesda was on Sunday. Remember? Because we flew back that day. Remember?
Yeah. From where?
Japan.
Holy fuck. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nice.
So Squeenix is the first conference. And then EA. Hey, I'm glad to get the shitty ones out of the way first. Come on. They were both really dry last year.
Fine.
So Bethesda's doing another one this year. That's fun, because I really liked theirs last year.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad they decided to do it again, because I thought this might be a one-time thing. What's this one from Kadokawa? This is showing up on tweaktown.com, put together this thing, and Kadokawa shows up. What the
I don't
fuck is
know
Kadokawa? A Japanese company? The anime studio? What an odd thing. Anyways, the next day, Microsoft, followed by the PC gaming show. Ugh. And then we'll see what they do this year. That'll be AMD then. Ubisoft. Then Sony late at night. So we have a large gap before Sony begins. That always happens, eh? Sony decides to take the evening and the last one. They always want to be, and that has seemingly worked for them.
Yeah.
Being the last word at the end of all the conferences.
People would be fatigued, but
everybody just looks forward to that, and I'm most looking forward to Sony's. They always
Me
put on
too.
the best show.
yeah.
And then Nintendo Treehouse begins on the Monday morning, or no
Tuesday
wait,
morning.
Tuesday morning.
Which I don't think we'll watch. Correct?
I guess not. Especially since they'd be pretty quick to fucking sue us, probably.
Yeah. Zelda 90-minute show? Holy cow.
Maybe we will watch it with a blurred screen, because that's pretty much the best we can get,
Yeah.
I think. Unless Twitch explicitly says that we can co-stream it. Because if Twitch has the rights, then we have the rights, I guess. But I'm afraid of Nintendo. They're the only company I'm afraid of. Isn't that sad? When I was a little boy, I never would have thought I had a video game show when I was an adult. But if I thought I was going to have a video game show, do you think I thought that Nintendo was going to be the company I was afraid of?
Nope.
That's fucked up.
Nope, not at all. Nintendo
Alright.
shuts down all Twitch for streaming their treehouses.
Oh, really? Yeah, so basically the only way we stream it is with a blurred screen unless we get explicit, like, co-streaming permission from Twitch.
Little fascist sad.
All right, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching.
Bye.